Hi, Louise Bailey here, Cute Neek Studio, and I'm going to show you a tutorial on these paper clip bookmarks. I do have another tutorial that shows you how to make paper clip dangles, but these are super easy and you can actually use them. Yep, so you don't cover up this part. And you can put them in your junk journals, you can make little sets and give them as, bookmark gifts. I made them in sets of 3. You can do singles, you can do sets of 4, twos. And as you can see, you can make all sorts of styles. And they're fun to make. So this is definitely one of those mass make assembly line kind of crafts. And it uses up bits and pieces if you want. I mean, you can buy new stuff, but I'm using the teeniest, tiniest of scraps. So let's make a few. We'll make a set of 3 so you can see how easy it is to kind of assembly line it. Put these to the side. Now, your scraps, I'll show you some scraps that I use, but first of all, you are going to need some paper clips. Now, I used this size here, which is, I think it's like 1 3/4. So yeah, 1 3/4. They make shorter ones, they make longer ones. It doesn't matter. The key thing is when you cut your paper, when you slice your paper, you're just going to do it a little bit shorter so that, let me see if I can show you. This bit at the bottom is poking out, and then a bit at the top is poking out. So 1 3/4, 1 1/2 is what I cut these strips of paper. You also, if you're going to hang dangles and things down, you'll need some pliers. Now, you don't have to hang dangles down. You could put, instead of jeweled bits, you could put tassel, right? Which you wouldn't need any of the O-rings and all that kind of stuff. And again, it's scraps, the tiniest of scraps. You'll need some glue. I use Fabri-Tac. You can use whatever you want. All right, well, let's just get started. So I have here from a garden book. It's an old gardening book, and it was being thrown out. This thrift store literally had a box that said free, take what you want. There was recipe books, gardening books. Then you want to cut your paper down. You don't have to use a slicer like this. Okay, I'm going to show you how to, but you can just use scissors. It doesn't matter. All you're doing is cutting a strip of paper. You don't even need a whole strip. If you just have tiny little scraps, that's all you need. I'm just showing you how to mass make. Okay. So we're going to go 1 1/2 because that's a little bit less than the length height of my paper clips. Now, you don't need this huge strip. I'm cutting a huge strip because I'm going to show you how you can mass make them. Now, the height is going to be this part. So you can see it's going to leave a little bit at the top and the bottom. Your width, you're going to fold it to where it's not quite covering the paper clip. And if you're using thick paper, you don't need as much. If you're using thin paper, you're going to cut it a little bit longer. So you're literally just going to cut a wee bit off. You can measure it if you want. I think the same for width is what typically does it for me. So 1 1/2 for width as well. And then you've got a square. All right. And so you can mass make by just cutting along, and then you've got your, put yourself a kit together. So when you want to sit down and make these things, you've got lots of bits of paper that are just the perfect size. All right. So we're going to pick 3. I want to have 3 maybe different colors. There's some yellow there, except it's going to be more along the, here we go. So I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that. So I'll have a yellow one. And I got that pink one, the little purple. So we'll do red. There's some red there. This is just me in the design. You don't have to, okay? I could have just folded them, but I'm a bit picky. All right. So now what you do is you're going to fold it. Now your first ones you fold, you might need to measure it. You don't fold it flush with this paper clip, okay? You give yourself a little bit of a wiggle room so you can measure. Once you folded these a few times, you won't need to even measure. You're just going to know. So you want it to be a little bit fatter. You don't want it to be a lot fatter, okay? There you go. And then you're going to fold it over. So that's going to be your back. That's all you're doing. So you're just folding it. And you want it to be a little bit bigger than the width of your paper clip. And again, oh, that's pretty there. Once you do a few, you are going to just whip right through these. I'm going to do it this way. You can use designer paper, you know, like scrapbook paper. You can use dyed paper, regular old copy paper. Now, if you had thin paper, this is pretty thick, and you want thin paper, you want it to be kind of reinforced. All you do is cut the width a little bit longer and then just fold it over a few times so you just have a few layers. All right. Now I'm going to have a yellow one. And most of the time you spend on these is going to be your design process. But I wouldn't even overthink that. I would just, when you see how we make these, I just start gluing stuff down. Gluing stuff down. All right, so here's my set of 3. I'll be happy with that. Then you just glue it. You just glue the edge. Okay, so just put, I use Fabri-Tac. You can use your art glitter glue. You can use probably PVA, school glue. You can use a glue stick, whatever you think is going to stick. What I do, and I have these standing by, these little clips, I go ahead and clip it down so that it's going to keep it held down while it dries. And it doesn't take long for Fabri-Tac to dry. You can use double-sided tape. I think different adhesives might work differently for people in different weather. You know, like if you're in a very humid and hot versus a dry versus cool, rainy. That might be why some people say, well, that adhesive doesn't work for me, and everybody raves about it. I think also if you buy even the name brands, a lot of times it depends on, you look at the country of origin, whether it's made. And actually, I'm just going to put this over that like that. That's easy. You look where it's made, and sometimes the same brand of something has these things made in different parts of the world, and some are better quality than others. You know, I mentioned you're probably gonna need some scissors. You know, your basic supplies. So I use these. You don't really need to if you're gonna use tassels. I use these little clips. They're handy to keep things down, you know. Okay, so let's kind of think about this design process. You can see here things I've used, little words. I cut words out, little flowers. That's like a little bit of fabric behind it. This is just broken bits of jewelry. This is a charm. That's broken bits of jewelry. That's broken costume jewelry. These little charms, I got like a pack of them. These things came from the Dollar Tree. Little tiny scraps of lace. This is these kind of buttons that, you know, they don't really work in a junk journal because you can't glue them flat down. But I don't know about you, I've got quite a few. These work perfect for this. Well, that one got stuck because I'm trying to show you. But here's, I'm going to unstick it, and it shows up on the front. There we go. These are perfect for that. I'm like, yay, I found a reason to use these kind of chunky buttons. Let's see see here, just eclectic charms. This was just bits of stuff, buttons. That's, what do you call this? Cheesecloth. These, you can go hog wild or you can go simple. This was simple. I just put a button and some words and hung some bits and pieces down. These heart charms came from various broken bits of jewelry. These, I glued tons of sparkly bits down. And these hearts with these little, that's old jewelry that was broken. I happened to get 3. That's old jewelry, and these were little charms I had. Just trying to give you some ideas, you know, some music paper, cheesecloth buttons. These are charms. Look, these are just buttons hanging down. And I use those clips, bulb pins. That's what they're called, bulb pins. You know, get creative. These are broken bits of jewelry chain I reused and just put little bits down. Little scraps fabric. I put some eyelash trim behind these flowers to give it a little bit of pop. All right, so have fun. You'll get more ideas as you start making these. You'll just look over and go, oh, look, that's perfect. Okay, so my point is you don't have to go out and buy stuff. And again, you can see it just, it's going to clip right in, just like a paper clip. How cool is that? All right, these should be dry now. And I say they're quick and easy to make. I'm probably going to take me forever just because I'm chit-chatting. Let's see if we can get on with this. All right, so you just glue down the edge, right? Now, you do not have to glue this next part. You can if you want, all right? What you're going to do is the big bit is going to go inside. This little bit here is going to go on the back, all right? So you put it like that. Just slip it over like that. And make sure a little bit's on the top and a little bit's on the bottom. That's it. Now, if you're worried about that slipping out, I'm not, but maybe you are. There might be a reason. You can always just, before you throw that paper clip in there, just take your glue, put a little dab. I wouldn't squeeze a whole bunch in there, but you can put just a little dollop of glue. And then when you push this down, it'll pick up some of that glue and you can just pluck it off the end. But it'll be really tight and snug in there, so you don't have to worry about it falling apart. All right, that's how easy. This is how easy. It doesn't get any easier. Put the big bit in there, push that little bit up, boom, done. Okay, then you decorate. That's it. Now that could take quite a while. Let's see how we get on here. Now I use at the top bits of ribbon. I mean, you can do whatever. So let's find some scissors. Cut about right there. Now, do I want a contrast? Or do I want it to match? I don't know. These I get from the Dollar Tree as well. Or I used to. I haven't shopped for junk journal supplies in so long because I have so much. I don't need anything else. I don't know. I think matching. So that means I need a pink for the, oh, hold on. Hold up. We got pink. All right. We're going to do matching. Now, I will show you this. If you want it to have a nice finish on this part, push your ribbon. If you want to do it this way, it's got a special name, I'm sure, or not. Push it through towards the back first. Okay. Ooh, don't drop it like I did. Make sure you're putting the ribbon on the top part. I did that one, I finished it, I loved it, I turned it around and I done it upside down. Hey, it happens to the best of us. All right, so push it through the back, then open up your little bit of ribbon. So you got a little hole there, and take the two end pieces, pull it through. What that does is if you do it that way, it's going to give you kind of a nice finish right here. Whereas if you did it the other way, you're just going to see that kind of knot part. That's just a, you know, you do whatever you want to do. And you can leave it as tall or as short, you know. I tend to cut it in the end in case I decide, you know, I wanted it longer, I shouldn't have cut it. It doesn't have to be perfect to begin with. Okay. This one's a bit short, so it's kind of fiddly for me to get it in there, but we'll get it. There we go. Push that up. There we go. And this red is definitely going to be too big. I can already tell. Cut it down. Now you can put this on in the end. It doesn't matter if you put it on now or if you wait till the end. It really doesn't. I'm just looking at this stuff going, hey, I know I'm going to put this stuff on the top. It was staring at me, so I went ahead and did it. And actually, I'll show you some benefit if you do want to put this on first. There actually is a little bit of a benefit. Just thought of. I'll show you that in a minute. If you want to dangle something down from the middle, yeah, you can put this on first, then you can go up here and clip you a dangle there and have it dangling down, or you can even put your O-ring around that centerpiece and have it dangling down. So that's one advantage. All right, yeah, this one's definitely, I'll go ahead and cut that down. I know what it's going to be. The thing is though, these little scraps will not go to waste because that's going to be behind something else in another one. Maybe even this one, who knows? Okay. There we go. Now, I just want to decorate it. Flowers seems kind of perfect to decorate since it's a flower theme, isn't it? That covers the whole darn thing up. It's cute though, but it just covers it up too much. Let's think, oh, you know what? We'll go real colorful with these. Might have another one. I just remember I had a whole pack of those. I use a lot of hearts, flowers, and butterflies and keys. So I tend to, well, I may not have another one. Fudgy. Tracks. I'm going to keep it out because I could have sworn I had quite a bit. I know. Oh, look. There we go. I knew I had another one. Okay. I think these little colorful butterflies and then some flowers. I think that's just going to be really, really cute. It's going to be a nice, colorful garden journal. Or even just some bookmarks for friends that garden or love flowers. Okay, so this is giving me a general idea. Bits of trim often goes nicely with it, or even some washi tape. Sometimes I'll put a little washi tape over it, kind of break up the monotony. I'm gonna take this little in first. It's got little polka dots. Polka dots are cute. Now, I don't wrap all the way around. I don't cover this part here. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you could just decorate the whole thing first, then put your paper clip in. You do you. I just decided I'm gonna do that. And the neat thing about using a bit of washi tape like this on all three is then it starts to blend it together as a little set. So I like that. The possibilities are endless. I often, as you see, I often glue a little trim of ribbon on it. All right, then flowers can go on there. Then we'll just need some dangles. I like having a little bit of something behind it too. Let me see if I've got something. Bear with me. I'm talking about like this kind of stuff. Eyelash trim. Just to give it a little bit of a pop. Just need little scraps of it, but I want scraps that have some of that feathery stuff on it. Okay. And I'll glue that behind the flower. Try to get it to the camera here. Going random with this, but tuck that under there. Just gives it a little bit of a pop. Ah, sticking to my fingers. I know I had some more. There you go. Why the hell did I fold it first? I should have done that before. Well, it's coming off, so that's where I'm gonna, I said these come in handy. That's where that comes in handy. All right, last but not least, down there. That one actually stuck, so okay, I'm waiting for that to dry. Let's see, what colors do I want where? I think we're going to do contrast, so on those. And then we need to have some chain to dangle it. This is just a broken bit of necklace. So I use my cutters, kind of eyeball how far I want it down. Right there. So that's 3, 6, 7. Go ahead and measure out 6, 7, 3, 6. There's 7. And last but not least, you can also use O-rings. I'm going to have to use an O-ring to connect it. I don't bother matching them all up. I like eclectic, but if you like it to match, then by all means make sure you've got the right colored O-rings. But I don't know if I have enough that size. Oh wait, that's too big. I do not. That's okay. You can use a ball pen. Those are always fun. A lot easier to use than O-rings as well. I don't know, we'll see. It may not be the right look I'm going for, but let's just play around with it. I'm still going to need another ring at the end anyway, so. The thing about this bulb thing is you could put some beads on it too. You can really dress it up. I don't know if that one's going to fit. It's a bit weird. Nope. Let's try little bitty ones. Nope. That's the same, so maybe that'll fit. Yay! All right. Put in there. Let's see if it works. It does. It's going to make that butterfly longer, but that's not the end of the world, is it? I think I'm going to put the butterfly on the bottom of with this. Woo! Didn't mean for that to happen. Silly girl. Okay. Now I done lost it. Oh, look at me, fiddle fingers. I can't find the end of it. But oh, there's the hole. Okay. Goodness. All right, so now we'll put the clip it. I'm gonna clip it. I like it kind of a bit up there with it. So just gonna put it in there with this. No. Well, let's see if I can do this without dropping it. And the way I do it, I take another pair of pliers. And then I pull the sides together. Good. All right, and we are going to dangle some things from the bottom too. Push it back up. There we go. What am I going to dangle from the bottom? Let's see. Put some sparkly on it too. And then a bit of trim. Let's see if I've got any that granny core look. I'm gonna use a button. Got my handy dandy button. Well, I like these clear ones, but because you can still see the pattern and everything. Button and then a word. Found a word to put on there. All right, so I've got my book pages down here. Let's see, what would look good? Joy. Right here. Now you can ink the sides of your words if you want. They'd be a bit fiddly. I'm sure that would look cute. Alright, then we just need some dangles. Okay. What do I have here? What's on here? Stars, butterflies, silver ones, elephant. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. With sparkle on it. Now you don't have to hang just one thing. You could hang bunches of things. You got lots of room there to do lots of different dangles. And I did it on a few of them where I did a few dangles. All you're doing is just clipping it on there. I can't wait to do some fabric tassels too. And I would do that now, but that's going to take me a lot longer. And I'm trying to just show you all quick and easy how to make these. Now just keep in mind when you put any dangles on that have to face the front, you want to hang them, you know, so they face the front. So the only thing is, after using that bulb pen, I apologize. I've decided I don't want the bulb pen. That's okay. I have learned, if I'm not happy with something, don't ignore it. Change it right away, because you're going to change it later anyway. Might as well make yourself happy. So, oh, here's an O-ring right there. We'll use that one. So the butterfly, we want to face the front. Just make sure that you're attaching it so it faces the front, that's all. And the ball pen's cute, but it just didn't go. Made it too bulky. There we go. That's cuter. All right, and then you just do another one. This is glued down now. It'd help if I had scissors that worked. Help if I remembered which scissors were. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to be easy because we already have this done. What do we hook it on with? Just a O-ring. I've got bits and pieces laying around if I just look around me. The wooden piece don't want to stay on there, so I'm just going to take it off. Sorry for the silence, but if I talk, I forget what I'm doing. I mess up. But I got there in the end. Hopefully by now you're looking around your studio and grabbing bits of paper and bits and bobs. The best part is when you're done, you could just take all this stuff and throw it into a box or a storage container and call that your paper clip kit box. Oh, that's a double one. Making these is pretty forgiving. If you put something on, you're like, oh man, I don't like that. Just take it off or put something over it. Don't give up. I think all of us have those design fails where we're like, what was I thinking? Hopefully I've got a third one. I put that on, not checking to see if I actually had. Yeah, we'll switch gears if not. Please let me have one more. I've got one, but it's on here. That's okay. There we go. These are fun. Now I'm getting inspired to make this colorful garden journal. All right, now I need my little words. Word, 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 word. Beauty. So we had joy, beauty. I get these from, I mean, these books are tattered. They're falling apart. And they're not collector's editions. These are just random books. Just, the library's selling them off in our basement for like 10 cents. Dreams. Love. Joy, beauty, love. Love fits. True love would be nice too, but I just need one little word. And if you don't have books, you can just yeah, print out a whole bunch of words. Uh-oh, I lost it. I turned my head and I lost love. You probably saw it. There it is. There we go. All right. Let's pop this on here. go. Well, this one's going somewhere. I hear this vehicle taking off. He hears me in here talking to myself. He's probably not surprised. Where did I put, oh, here we go. And I did want like a little bit of, it's gonna cover up. I don't want to cover up the yellow. So I'm gonna move Beauty. And then put my what do you call this? Lace trim. And those scissors don't work. There we go. And I'm going to move Love down so the lace doesn't cover the pink and the purple flowers. All right. There we go. We got some garden-friendly, sparkly, little cute flowers. The middles came out of here, the little flower part. It was like a little wooden blob. So I'm just going to add my own center, because I think it looks weird without any center at all. And if I wanted to match, if I have another one of those little centers, I don't know if I do. I do. We'll make them all match. So it really looks like a set. So it's just this little ball that it came with the flower. It's not well attached anyway, so I'm putting a little metal bit in there. My hands are so full of glue. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use whoop. I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Tweezers would be better. There we go. But I am going to press it down with that because my fingers will stick to it. And that Fabri-Tac doesn't take long. Love, beauty, joy, and butterflies and flowers, pretty ribbons and sparkly bits. So let me get a clip them on so we can see. Now what you could do is make your base with your paper clips without anything on them, but just get them ready. And then, you know, when you're ready to do a theme journal or you need a certain design, you can pull out your bases and go to town. So there we go. Drove you crazy seeing this. I forgot to put the little button. Ah! Louise. It's alright. Take me 2 seconds. 2 seconds if I can find one. Here we go. There we go. I apologize. Not to worry. Literally just put a blob. Pop those on there. Now I have a set. Not everything has to match, but it would be nice to have little buttons. There we go. Now they are done. Better. Okay, now, bye for now.